In today's video, we're going to look at ways that you can come up with great story ideas for your animation project, so stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Ion here and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. And if you are new to animation and you don't know what you're going to need to start your animation journey, well, I created the Animation Startup Guide, and in this guide I listed all the different softwares available for 2D animation, 3D animation, and also for script writing and storyboarding and other software that you might need. So I've listed everything there, and you can just click on it and you can go and find more information on each software, the specs, the price, and see what will work best for you, as well as some recommended drawing tablets as well. So if that sounds good to you, in the description box below there's a link, just click there and I will send that guide to you. Now, last week I released a video on how you can create your own short film, and someone commented down below that video and asked how can I come up with good stories for my animations. And I did make videos on this in the past, so basically everything that I've mentioned in those videos, I'm just going to recap those quickly, but there's another way that I want to focus on, so I will do that one last so that I can spend some nice time on that one, because it's just another way that you can come up with great story ideas. Okay, so the first one, and this is the method that I use the most. I feel it is just, for me, it is such a creative way to come up with stories, and that is to ask yourself the question, what would happen if? Okay, and then you fill in the blank. And I always use the example of the Flintstones. So you can maybe ask, what would happen if the people in the prehistoric age lived like today? Okay, so what would the cars look like? How would they operate? What type of jobs would there be? What type of pets will they have? So all of a sudden, by asking that question, you open up a whole new world for yourself. And so that is a great example. So it is a method that I always use. And it is just, you ask the question, what would happen if, and then you complete the sentence. And write down quite a few, come up with a few and see which one takes you into a nice direction that you can start develop a story from. So that is the first one. The second one is, do you have a positive message you want to share with people? I mean, that is so obvious. So if you have a message you want to share, how can you take that message and put it into a story? Okay, so that is a great way. For example, I have a streaming platform. One of the shows is called Godly Princess, and it is actually based on scripture in the Bible, Proverbs 31, that gives the characteristics of a godly woman. So what I did is I wanted to teach young girls those characteristics. So I thought, okay, how can I teach that characteristics to young girls in a very creative way? And I came up with the Godly Princess story and the concept. So that's another method that you can use is what message do you want to share? And then you can think, how can I take that message and put it into a story so that that message can translate very well to your audience. So that's the second method. Another method that you can also use is to explore myths, legends, folklore, or history. So that is a great way as well to come up with story ideas. So you don't want to copy another story and just change the characters and the environment, etc. But you can look for inspiration in that, like the Greek mythology. How many stories were created from Greek mythology with Hercules? I mean, Hercules, the movie from Disney, comes from Greek mythology. So maybe you can find inspiration in mythology, etc. You can also find inspiration in history. Like, for example, I'm from South Africa, and one of the most common or well-known historic figures in my country is Shaka Zulu. And it is just the story of how he was such a great warrior and how he became king, and then he got betrayed by Dingaan, and it is actually such a great story. So maybe look at, take inspiration from that historic event and see, maybe betrayal, how Shaka Zulu was betrayed, stuff like that. So you can always look into history and find inspiration there, as well as folklore. So folklore is just stories that were developed over time. Now, a great example of a good folklore story, actually a very simple folklore story, is actually if you've watched Home Alone, the old man that cleans up the ice or rakes up the ice. The kids were so scared of him because there's this story going around that he killed his family or something like that. I can't remember, but they were so scared of him. There's this story, this mystic story about this old man. And then at the end of the day, the young kid, Kevin, he actually meets this old man in church, and then he finds out, but this is not actually true, and he's actually this kind man. And again, you can think of what other folklore stories are out there and maybe take some inspiration from that as well. So that is the third way that you can come up with great stories for your animation, is to explore myths, legends, folklore, or history and find inspiration there. Then the final one, and this is something new that you can do, and I think this is also a great starting point for everyone, is to start building a character. Okay, and then once you have a character, then you can start to imagine himself in a specific scenario, and from there your story can develop. So when you develop your character, you can think of the following things: build emotions. Is he depressed? Why is he depressed? Is he angry? Is he full of anger? What happened in his past that he is angry? So think of emotions. What is his emotional well-being? Okay, struggles. Like I say, if he's angry, why is he angry? What are the current struggles that he is facing? He's maybe depressed, or he has anger issues, or I'm just thinking of from the top of my head, maybe the character was divorced. Whatever. What is the struggles that he has? Then once you have his emotion and his struggles and all of that, then you can maybe think his environment. Okay, Spider-Man, for example, maybe New York City, or think of his environment. Is he homeless, living on the street? Is he wealthy? So as you can see, you're going to start to develop this character. Okay, so now you know maybe his emotion, you know his struggles, you know his environment. Now you can maybe think of what is his goal, what does he want to achieve. Okay, so now all of a sudden you've got a personality, you've got an environment, you've got a goal this character can work towards, and now you can start to develop your story on how is he going to reach his goal. What are the obstacles? Now you can place obstacles in his way in reaching his goal. Now you can maybe add more characters that can help tell the story. So you can see, you can actually start off with one character, develop that character, and now once you've got that character, now you can start to think, okay, how can I expand this character into a story? What is his goal? What does he want to achieve? How is he going to achieve it? What are the obstacles in his way in achieving this goal? Maybe one of his obstacles is his anger. He's always finding himself to get himself in trouble, stuff like that. So you can now see how the character is developing the story later on. So that is a great way that you can also develop a story for your animation in the future. So guys, that is it for today. Let me know in the comments, what method are you using to come up with stories? Is it maybe just a story that you've had from childhood? Is it maybe you were inspired by a specific event that happened? What are inspiring you when it comes to creating your stories or coming up with stories for your animations? I would love to hear from you, because maybe your method is something I haven't mentioned, and it might inspire someone else to come up with a story for their animation. So yeah, the whole purpose of this YouTube channel is for us to help support each other. So that's the purpose of this community. So guys, if you have any other questions that you want me to answer or cover in future videos or create videos on, let me know in the comments. It's thanks to a question someone asked in a previous video that I could make this video and hopefully answer his question in a video, and maybe in the future I can answer some of your questions as well. So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video, and I will also see you Tuesday for my live event as well. I do some live streaming every Tuesday where you guys can also come and join me and we can chat, and you can also ask questions there. So guys, that is it. I will see you guys then Tuesday as well as next week Thursday for a new video. So from me, God bless and happy animating.